Like some people say, I'll come back next week. I'll not come with if and if. I'm coming to tell you what it is.
I'll go to Mount Moriah and I will talk to God about Ghana. So hear me well. So that when I come from there, I'm going to tell you directly with no if, buts, or 98% or 99%. It will be 100. In that moment, you don't need to pray. Even if you pray, you can't change what I will say. I will tell you who is going to be the president without ifs or buts or this or that.
Then next week, you don't have anything to say. You should know that it's empty words. Yes. Empty words. They have no shofar to blow over this country. Empty words. Me, I can say things you cannot say.
Yes, man of God. You are anointed for that.
Yes. And if they hear me, they will know they can't take it up. How can you come and tell us that you are now a kingmaker? You are going to Mount Moriah.
I will go to Mount Moriah and I will talk to God about Ghana. So hear me well.
You better to stop that. You can't play with this country in that way. It's not right. And nobody is talking about it. As if to say we don't have fathers in this country to correct him. I'm not a father enough, but I can correct that man. I wanted to say something. Of course. You don't do that. How can you give our president 10 days to call you?
If Muhammad does not call me in 10 days, he will not be president. And he did not call me. The chief of staff called me. Perhaps in that contacting me, they thought they had contacted me. But I told them exactly that if your boss does not call, it's already signed, sealed, delivered to Baumia.
You give the president 10 days to call you. And because the president didn't call you, then you create a whole drama. Please, 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 please. By next week, we'll have our president. All of this thing will come to an end. Why didn't he tell Trump to call him?
But he can't summon Trump.
Because you can summon our president, but you can't summon Trump. No, you don't do that. By what authority and power? This is not creating any error in the heavens. It is somebody that wants to go around the thing. Tell us. If you say you know the president, tell us. Since you can't miss breakfast, lunch, and supper, tell us.
I can miss lunch, I can miss breakfast, I can miss dinner, I can't miss prophecy.
Don't go if and if.
I'm going to tell you directly with no if.
It is not your prophecy that will decide what people will vote. We have made up our mind. Tell us.
I do not want anybody to vote for a political figure just because I said it.
It is not your prophecy that will decide what people will vote. We have made up our mind. Tell us.
I don't want to influence people who are horse-way over spiritually to go and vote my direction.
When people are playing around things, can't you see? Because nobody is calling him to order. What he's doing is not orderly. He needs discipline in his ministry. I'm telling you. Come bossy everybody about from the top. That's the same thing he did with Nigeria elections. Nobody spoke. So he's gotten away with it and he wants to play the same thing on Ghana elections. You tell us I'll speak to this one and I'll speak to this one.
Tonight, I have to talk to the two candidates. This one on this side and this one who is the vice president of the country. I have to talk to them. And when I talk to them, I'll hear what they say.
How can you speak to this one and speak to this one? I'll speak to this one and I'll speak to them and I'll decide who will be the... Okay, you have spoken to them. Who will be the president? Then come back and tell us again that if you tell us who, it will decide on who will vote. Who we will vote for.
I do not want anybody to vote for a political figure just because I said it.
And what you say, tafri again was
licking our brains.
You just go and come and lick our brains. Then finally you come and tell us again that I have congratulated the president.
All of them have been spoken to, but only one was congratulated. And let me just tell you something. And I have the evidence.
When you yourself were the one who said, I've spoken with this one, I've spoken with this one, and I have video.
Tonight, I have to talk to the two candidates. This one on this side and this one who is the vice president of the country. All of them have been spoken to, but only one was congratulated. And let me just tell you something. And I have the evidence.
And I have videos. Of course, when you are speaking this one, you can tell the person congratulations and keep that video. And when you tell this one, you also say congratulations and keep that video. So that whichever of them will win, you can bring the video. Charlie. Nobody asks you to say if you go to Mount Moriah and come back, you will give us the person. Come and give us the person.
I don't want to influence people who are horseway over spiritually to go and vote my direction.
I don't speak about other men of God, but this year's election has been just, and we are all playing around it and trying to go about it. No. Because the politicians have seen the power of prophecy too. They have seen that when prophets speak, it directs certain voters. Of course, some of us don't want to know that God said this one. Our conscience cannot say, if God said this, especially when your man of God tells you and you believe that your man of God hears from God and he speaks the mind of God to you, it becomes difficult for you to go and vote unless you don't care. I'm in a party like this. It's true. It's very true.